Let's start with your reading, Cancer. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Make sure to check out the readings for all of your signs in order to get a better understanding of your overall situation. Now, let's look into the energies around you and the upcoming events for you. Okay. All right. The energy at the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands followed by the 8 of Wands. But I do also see the Empress connecting to this energy. What I'm seeing right here immediately is that you are putting a lot on yourself right now, Cancer. This is one of the situations where perhaps you demand a lot from you, always feeling like perhaps there is something that acts as a burden, not helping you really get into a place where for you right now it's really important to be. With the 10 of Wands, we clearly see how perhaps maybe you are doubting yourself and you are thinking that you are not able to achieve certain things that for you are very important right now. What I see though is that this is how you see yourself and not how someone else around you is actually seeing you. Someone who is bringing pentacles, someone who is instead seeing you as a person who's worthy being on a stage, someone who they actually have a spotlight on, but right now you don't see it because this is how you are seeing yourself. And the way we see ourselves deeply impacts what we see around us. I hope that makes sense because it's actually very, very important. Now, what I'm seeing right here with the 8 of Wands is that maybe you are thinking, at this point of my life, I should have a family, I should have a relationship, I should own a car, I should own a house, I should be higher in society than where I am right now. And so overall here, you are just looking at perhaps the negatives or the things that haven't happened yet, and you don't see how beautiful you are and how much already you have achieved. This is something that is going to impact the reading. So let's see how it's actually going to apply to the rest of the messages. Now, a very interesting energy here, 6 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles. And what we're seeing here is overall growth. Someone has been growing an interest in you. Someone who is already around you, who maybe you have talked to at some point or who you know about. You might think, being in this energy, that this person either doesn't know anything about you, might not even know that you exist, or if they do, they don't have the same interest that you have in them. Right here, what I'm seeing is that perhaps you look at them, you look at their pictures, you think about them, and they feel so out of your league, so different from who you are, and you don't know that difference is exactly what they like about you, as we were saying earlier. Right here, in fact, this person that something that you really don't know about is starting to develop feelings. We see here the growth. And we see Pentacles. You remember how this 9 of Pentacles was bringing that energy into this environment, into the situation. And here we see it in the detail. This is zooming in into that 9 of Pentacles energy. And we clearly understand that with Pentacles, this person is seeing you as a forever type of partner, a life partner, not just someone who they can have fun with. And I know that for most of you, this is coming as a surprise. Why do I know that? Because this energy up there, you don't see how beautiful you are. You don't see how worthy you are of anyone. Even the people that might feel as out of our league, who cares? This is not about keeping score. This is not about I have this, you have that. It's not a match. Goodbye. This is not anymore back then when we had kings and queens that could be matched together, and then anyone else in the world could not marry anyone from the royal family. It's not like that. And so you clearly see how perhaps you are limiting yourself right now. And soon you will see why. Soon actions and events, things are going to happen around you which are going to prove you wrong, in fact. And that's going to be a very beautiful and important turning point. Now, your challenge, the Nine of Pentacles. And so this is actually very important because it adds on what we were saying right now. What's important for you right now, and the main challenge that you have ahead, is realizing that not only you're beautiful, you're worthy, but also you don't need anyone. That is really important. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't want anyone, that you shouldn't want to be with someone. But one thing is wanting, one thing is needing. Because if you feel that, oh my God, I need that person, I need that relationship, I need that type of situation, now your life depends on it, doesn't it? Your happiness, your peace, your balance, your harmony, everything depends on it. And obviously that puts you in a very complicated situation where you feel the urge, and if you don't see a certain thing moving in a certain direction, you start maybe freaking out, because now this involves much more than just a relationship or just getting to know someone. Think about it as when you are at a job that you hate, and then all of a sudden you start receiving other offers for other jobs. Now, even the job that you initially hated, right now it's feeling better because you know what? You have a way out. You have other options and you don't need that job anymore. And so that is your challenge right now. Realize that you are independent, that you have everything that you need. You can provide yourself everything that you need. What you want is on a different plane. Still very important, but your life doesn't depend on it. So that's absolutely very important for you to focus on. Impacting you, the energy impacting you, the Ace of Swords. And of course, what I see here, which doesn't surprise me too much for you, Cancer, is your tendency to overanalyze things. And look, I completely understand. I'm actually that way very, very often. And the overanalyzing comes in just when you don't have enough information, right? When you don't know enough, when there are a lot of questions, and it's just a way to find mental clarity. But you have to recognize when the more you analyze the situation, the more instead you are becoming confused. One thing is trying to understand. One another thing is just confusing yourself even more, playing your mind all the different scenarios, all the different possibilities. Don't do that to yourself. First, because it's not helping you. And second, because you could use that energy onto something else, onto that Nine of Pentacles, your independency, having fun with friends, doing what you love. You don't have to wait for someone to be happy. You don't have to wait for someone to go to that place you love, to travel, to do whatever it is that is important for you, Cancer. Keep that in mind because it's key here. It's really much key. And at times, since this is impacting you a lot, just let it go. Just say, you know what? I accept the fact that I don't know everything. I accept the fact that I don't know how this is going to evolve and that there is confusion, and I'm fine with it. I'm fine. It's okay. It's something that eventually I will figure out at the right time. And so in order to think that way, you have to have faith into the universe and into this journey. As long as you have that, you'll be fine. Strength, Eight of Pentacles. Keep a diary on everything that you feel. Why? Because when we are in the feeling itself, when we are in that emotion, we truly think that we are right. And later on, maybe after weeks or months, we forget about that thought that we had. But if we write it down, we're able to do some fact checking here, which is absolutely important. Why? Because sometimes your inner voice is not coming from your intuition, but it's coming from your fear. And right here, I see that often you give in to that fear, you give in into that doubt. And if you are to just write down, okay, this person has done this, which means, of analyzing, that they feel this, they feel that, and they will never reach out again. Just write it down, put it somewhere safe, and then weeks or months later, go back to it and consider that situation. Maybe the person has actually reached out again. And so you might have been wrong then, which means that you might be wrong now. You might be wrong at any time. And accepting the fact that just because we think something, it doesn't make it real, it doesn't make it true, it's very empowering. It's very powerful. It's a very powerful tool overall, because now at least every time that we feel a fear or something, we're not chained to that thought that that's going to happen. I felt it, I'm good at that. And when I feel something, it's going to happen. It's such a curse, because now you're so limited and you're self-limiting, and it's a bummer, because reality, it's much more complex than that. And so the only way to really know what the outcome is going to be is to take a chance and go for it and try. You are going to be fine, Cancer. It's best to learn how to handle painful situations than avoiding them at all, because you never know what's really going to happen. Supporting this reading, beautiful Knight of Cups, your romantic nature. Don't lose it. Follow your heart and be this person that you want to be, regardless of how the world shapes around you, regardless of the people that you have around you. If you have someone who just wants to play games and maybe even just sleep together and then leave, don't change yourself because you want to please them. Be this Knight of Cups and keep being this Knight of Cups. Also, someone is showing up soon. We see it because of that Ace of Cups very close to this Knight right here. Again, we were talking about this person. Look at them. They showed up as the Nine of Pentacles, but they are coming in as the Nine of Cups. Someone who you thought they were not interested, they were focused on work, they were not focused on you at all. Right now, they're changing their mask, their approach, their energy, their vibe. And guess what? That's right here with the Ace of Cups. That's the end of the current cycle and the beginning of a new one, or better, the beginning of a new happy one. So who is this person? Obviously, in your near future, you have to expect a message from them. You have to expect something that will start small, very small, Ace. But do not underestimate small beginnings. This is going to grow fast, grow steady, and perhaps be something that really will make you feel like that Six of Wands, finally protagonist in your life, something that will make you reevaluate a belief that you've had about yourself perhaps, and about what you can achieve. So let's look into this beautiful energy coming towards you. Let's see what that Ace of Cups really talks about. Let's see what you should expect in your near future and how it's bound to evolve in your distant future as well. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Cancer, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a free personal 30-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Cancer. And what do we have here? First of all, Page of Wands. First of all, a message coming in, and we've seen that. But also, this is something that will set you free. We have to see from what. But so far, I definitely see that it's going to set you free from a belief, from a limiting belief. In fact, this page of wands is bringing in, oh my god, so much excitement. It's going to put a huge smile on your face, makes you want to jump, makes you want to reach for the stars and just really enjoy yourself and have fun. Wow, this is already beautiful. We see and we have seen in this reading how our mindset can deeply impact how we see the world and what we achieve in this world. Now, you don't have to feel bad about it. We all go through this. Every single one of us, each one of us, it's absolutely normal. But there comes a time where you need to see yourself for who you really are. A beautiful person who has a ton to offer and who anyone will be lucky to be with. These cards really want to talk to you and they're really all beautiful. Obviously, we see how things now will start to show up around you in a very effortless way without you having to do anything at all. This person is doing everything, starting from that Ace of Cups. So let's start clarifying that card and let's see what you should expect in the near future from them. Come on. Okay. Well, this is going to be very unexpected to you, but is explained right there. All right. So, Cancer, what we're seeing right here is